Hello, and welcome back to another Chat with the Charger. And today, we're going to do a special broadcast segment. If you didn't know, the solar eclipse is happening in 5 days. I know everyone is excited to see this once-in-a-lifetime experience. So in this broadcast, we're going to do a special topic and talk about the solar eclipse and some cool facts about it. We have Dominic Smith talking about the science of the solar eclipse and how it happens. And then we have some super nice people talking about how they feel about the solar eclipse and what their thoughts are on it. Lastly, we have Paige Schatz talking about where in Pike County are they setting places up to park. So let's get right into it. Hello guys, my name is Noah Miller and I am your anchor for this segment. And in this segment, we're going to be talking about the one and the only solar eclipse. We have some special people talking about this special event and some cool facts about it. So first up, we have Dominic Smith talking about the science behind the solar eclipse.
On April 8th, 2024, a total solar eclipse will occur in North America. It's one of the most amazing natural events you could possibly ever witness. In fact, only 1 in 10,000 people ever get to witness a total solar eclipse in their lifetime. A total solar eclipse is a very rare event to occur anywhere in the world. There are two major eclipses that are visible from Earth, solar and lunar. For an eclipse to occur, the Earth, Sun, and Moon must all be lined up so that either the shadow of the Moon lands on Earth, creating a solar eclipse, or the shadow of Earth lands on the Moon, creating a lunar eclipse. The Moon must be in a full phase for a lunar eclipse, or a new moon phase for a solar eclipse. These phases occur roughly every 30 days, but we don't see eclipses every month because the Moon's orbit is slightly tilted around Earth. During a solar eclipse, the Moon passes directly between the Sun and the Earth, so that the Moon's shadow travels across the Earth's surface. Those in the path of the Moon's shadow will see the Sun darken as the Moon partially blocks the Sun's light. People who are directly in the Moon's shadow will experience a total solar eclipse, meaning the Earth will become dark as night for a few minutes. This is because they are in the path of totality. They will even be able to observe the night sky. Those that are not in the path of totality will only experience a partial solar eclipse, which is still impressive but doesn't compare to witnessing totality. Totality itself is declared when the Moon blocks out the final 0.1% of the Sun. Explosions on the Sun's surface are visible as pink logs and towers. At the beginning and end of totality, you'll see tiny beads of sunlight called Bailey's beads. When a few of these beads shine together while the corona is visible, it's called the diamond ring effect. The April 8th solar eclipse is important because it will provide a great view across most of the United States. The last significant solar eclipse occurred on August 21st, 2017. It is very rare to witness a solar eclipse without having to travel. Eclipses actually happen quite often, however they typically occur over oceans and miss heavily populated areas. Well, what's the reason for wearing special glasses? Well, in order to view the Sun safely, you must remove 99.9% of the Sun's light. So you need to block out all but one part in the incoming 100,000 rays. Sunglasses only block half of the Sun's light at best, so they clearly aren't a substitute for solar glasses. There is a myth that viewing the Sun during a solar eclipse is actually more dangerous than just looking at it normally. In reality, they are both equally dangerous. The only thing that actually makes an eclipse more dangerous is because it gives you an incentive to look at the Sun. So get your glasses, keep those eyes safe, and enjoy the spectacular solar eclipse. Now back to you, Noah.
Thanks, Dominic, for telling us about some cool facts about the eclipse. I really didn't know much about it until now. Now, we have some of our elementary school students and a teacher talking about how they feel and what their thoughts on the solar eclipse are.
My feelings about the total eclipse are, it's a very exciting time to be in our area. The last one that I remember was not a total eclipse, and we were here at school, and I remember, we didn't do any classwork. We were just kind of waiting for that time to come, and it was like I said, it wasn't as dark as we thought it was going to get. So I'm kind of excited that we're in the pathway where we'll be in the totality of the darkness. My plans are just to be home, kind of in my own backyard with some family and friends, and enjoy it and kind of stay out of the traffic.
My thoughts on the solar eclipse is I think it's just really cool and rare. And I've seen like one other one in my lifetime. And I remember it, I was really young, but I remember it like being really cool and not really know what was going on, but whatever was going on, it was cool. And just looking up at it, I thought, wow, that's just so crazy that that can happen. And this year it's a total solar eclipse, and I'm just right in the area to be able to see it. It's just awesome.
My thoughts about the solar eclipse is it's going to be cool because it'll be the first one I've ever seen in my lifetime.
I would firstly like to thank both Miss Elkins and the elementary students for taking the time out of their day to talk about how they feel about the solar eclipse. And I feel like it's going to be so much fun to watch. Lastly, we have Paige Shots talking about the available places to park to watch the solar eclipse. So if you want to watch the solar eclipse in Pike County, you better listen up. And Paige is also going to be talking about the events that are happening around Pike County.
A total solar eclipse only happens once in a new moon, and for southern Indiana, this is the first total eclipse since 1869, where the area of totality is Indiana. Since it has been so long, this is quite the big event for many of southern Indiana's towns and cities, especially here in Petersburg, where the length of totality is 3 minutes and 52 seconds. While Petersburg is a little smaller than most, do not count us out as a place to visit for the solar eclipse, where we have many different viewing locations, much like the parking lot I am standing in. This is the parking lot for Pike Central High School, which will be open the day of the eclipse. There are several other locations which will be available, however, some locations may need payment to enter. While Pike County is not doing much for the solar eclipse, a lot of the counties around Pike County are. One of these counties is Gibson County, who will be opening their fairgrounds on April 5th for a solar eclipse festival. They will be having different events such as live music, amusement rides, food vendors, fireworks, and even a live playing of Hotel California and Resurrection. Both of these songs are being played as tributes to the original bands, the Eagles and Journey. Get your tickets while you can. Many counties like Gibson County will be having events through the weekend before the eclipse. However, Pike is definitely the one to come to for viewing. Due to Pike County's placement, there is little to no light pollution, which makes it one of the best places for clear viewing, especially since we have so many clear and open areas. This is a once-in-a-lifetime experience, as the next total solar eclipse in southern Indiana will not be until the year 2645, according to Matt Merlo, a professor at the University of Southern Indiana. Back to you, Noah.
Thanks, Paige, for giving us information about what is happening. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of our Chat with the Charger segment. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and remember, do not stare at the sun too long without glasses. That's all for now. Until next time, signing off, Noah Miller.